Imagine a creature so powerful that it can survive the freezing vacuum of space, shrug off crushing ocean pressure, and treat deadly radiation like a light summer breeze. This ultimate cosmic survivor looks exactly like an 8-legged chubby gummy bear with a vacuum cleaner for a mouth. This is the tardigrade, also known as the water bear or the moss piglet. These tiny slow-motion dust bunnies manage to survive literally everything the universe throws at them. Tardigrades are microscopic animals, usually less than a millimeter long. If you held up a single grain of sand, a tardigrade would see a skyscraper. They live everywhere from the highest peaks of the Himalayas to the deepest mud of the ocean floor, but their absolute favorite place to hang out is a simple patch of damp backyard moss. A soggy lawn is a high-end luxury resort for thousands of them. They spend their days wandering around on 8 stubby legs that end in sharp little claws, which they use to climb around and poke open plant cells to suck out the juices. They are essentially tiny, slow-motion vegetarian vampires. The name tardigrade translates to slow pacer. They aren't in a rush, they have a completely clear, see-through body, no blood vessels, and no lungs. They breathe entirely through their skin. They're just vibing. When an environment dries up or hits extreme temperatures, most wildlife dies. But the tardigrade uses a biological cheat code called cryptobiosis. When things get too harsh, the tardigrade pulls its legs inside its body, expels 99% of its water, and rolls into a tiny dried out ball called a ton. It becomes a microscopic raisin. Its metabolism completely shuts down to about 0.01% of its normal rate, allowing it to survive conditions that instantly destroy any other life forms. Extreme cold. They survive at minus 272 degrees Celsius, which is just 1 degree above absolute zero, a temperature where all molecular motion stops. Extreme heat. They handle up to 150 degrees Celsius. You could bake them into a cookie and they'd be just fine. And crushing pressure. They withstand pressure 6 times greater than the bottom of the Mariana Trench. The vacuum of space. In 2007, scientists launched dried-up tardigrades into open space with zero protection against cosmic radiation. 10 days later, they were brought back, splashed with water, and went right back to eating moss. They do this using a unique protein found only in tardigrades called D-sup, short for damage suppressor. This protein causes a literal physical cloud around their DNA, shielding it from X-rays and radiation like a microscopic force field. Their survival tactics get even weirder though. When tardigrades dry out into a ton, the DNA sometimes gets fractured into pieces. When they rehydrate and wake up, they stitch their DNA back together. While doing this, they accidentally absorb floating bits of DNA from nearby bacteria, fungi, and plants. Roughly 17% of a tardigrade's genome is completely stolen from other organisms. They are literal genetic pirates. Their personal lives are equally strange. Because they live in an unpredictable puddles that dry up constantly, finding a mate is hard. So, many tardigrade species are entirely female. They reproduce via parthenogenesis, meaning they lay unfertilized eggs that hatch into perfect clones of the mother. No boys allowed. Just an endless army of identical moss piglets. Because they are indestructible, humans actually accidentally put them on the moon. In 2019, an Israeli spacecraft carrying a payload of dried-up tardigrades crashed onto the lunar surface. The crash scattered them everywhere. Right now, thousands of tiny shriveled-up water bears are chilling on the moon, completely fine, waiting for someone to go up there with a glass of water to wake them up. Learning how they protect their cells could help scientists preserve human vaccines without refrigeration or protect future astronauts on long journeys across the solar system. The ultimate survivor on Earth isn't an apex predator like a lion or a shark. It's a chubby little moss piglet living in the wet grass outside your front door. Next time you think about tough animals, don't forget about the tardigrade.